My name is David Reed. I'm with Evie Cahill
Hello.
and Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello. Sorry, I laughed because as you said my name is David, he said my name is
He said
Katano.
my name is Katano, yeah.
Yes.
That threw me off my
And
brain.
we are
I know.
watching The Warrior. Actor Obi Indefo passed away this past week, and so it is quite wonderful that we're getting to watch one
It's
of his
nice
bigger
timing.
episodes
It's
together.
Yeah,
terrible, but
absolutely.
it's fortunate that
It's a good way
we're
to
at this
honor
episode.
him, honor his
Yeah.
Absolutely.
legacy, yeah.
This is one of
So
my favorite guest performers of all
Yeah.
of Stargate, Rick Worthy.
he's fantastic. So I think Peter DeLuise had a great description of Rick Worthy's voice. He compared it to butter on toast. And I think since Katano literally means sword, I think maybe we could say that it's like a butter knife.
Love it.
And we just missed Peter's cameo. He was the one that said, an army has weapons, an army has food.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. This is actually also the first episode written by Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
Is it written by or is it story by?
So story by and teleplay by.
He wrote the teleplay?
Yeah, with Peter DeLuise.
Okay, there we go. It's an important distinction. All right. Yes, he said there will be sacrifice. Yeah, you will be sacrificing
Yeah.
people. That won't be a
Mhm.
problem.
What a way to seek power.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
know.
this is really messed up.
Kalma is this is the second reference to Kalma being a planet
Sanctuary.
sanctuary. The first one
Yeah.
was. Do you remember? Maternal
Kalmar.
instinct.
Ah.
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 Look at
So,
David schooling us.
I kind of like almost expect him to break into song at this point, like maybe like a rousing number about freedom.
I'm sure
When
they've got
he's talking.
songs. We know that they have songs of lament. I was
Yeah,
kind of
that's
surprised we
true.
never heard. I don't think we heard a Jaffa song. You know,
No.
freaking
No, I
Tok'ra
don't
got a
think we
song.
We heard a
did.
Jaffa
In
Joe.
Continuum. Yeah,
No
Yeah.
song though. Yeah, the
So,
Tokras did sing for ages. Lord,
they
that
did.
was
Even if
a
it
long
was,
time.
Ball's greatest hits, that's fine. It was still a
Yeah.
Tok'ra
Paul's
song.
greatest hits.
Yeah.
Oh God. So someone on Reddit called this episode the one where the Guawul demotes himself to gain power. I thought that was
Yeah.
quite
Is
quite
this
apt.
pulled from like someone who was like a Friends fan who decided to rename Stargate episodes to
Yeah,
what
they
open
they
in?
decided early on when there was like a review going of each episode on Reddit that they were going to do the one with.
To
So
be
yeah,
honest,
I've
the,
just
the
sort of
one
carried
with
that
it is
on.
is a great idea because when you
I think
remember
it's great
things, you sit
too.
there and go like the friends, they
And
cashed
then
in
be
on
like,
the
oh, it's
idea
that
Yep,
that that's how
episode
you
totally.
with
remember
the
things.
exactly.
If there is a
So
list somewhere, I'd love to do it and make it for a trivia episode specifically with people who remember the names of the episodes well. I think that would be a
Me?
fun trivia episode.
Yeah.
that'll be Nicole, not me.
You can be
So
on my team.
so this episode was actually nominated for a Leo Award in Best Overall Sound category for a dramatic series. And in Germany, this episode got an awkwardly worded title, Die Jafar Rebellion. Die in German obviously means the, but it definitely
Mhm.
reads a little bit different in
There was a
English.
Ronnie Cox reference here that we missed. Deliverance with
Yes,
Yeah.
Ronnie
there was a
Cox,
Deliverance
Senator
reference.
Kinsey,
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
Braytech was like, "I do not. I haven't seen this movie." And O'Neill's like, "Yeah."
And Joe Malozzi actually vividly remembers learning about 9/11 while working on this episode
Oh
along with
God.
Menace.
Mhm.
So he said that the tragedy is now his primary memory associated with both episodes.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And so while this one was being written, actually, fail say the Menace and um, hell, David, the Sentinel were actually being filmed. So some of these are out of
Ah,
sequence.
right.
I love the sheen on Braytak's nice little like drape thing
Mm-hmm.
around his neck.
Mm.
It's a nice fabric.
So I
Velour.
just
That was a
realized
weird
something
reference.
kind of interesting. So they chose Imhotep who's known as the first pyramid builder for this
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Mm.
And the martial arts that they practice at the camp is called mastaba,
Yep.
which is actually a type of ancient Egyptian tomb. So I wonder if that was kind of intentional. Like, could it be kind of
Hmm.
symbolizing that Katano is essentially trying to bury the Jafar rebellion, or am I
Or
overanalyzing like
burying
usual?
their enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could go either way. So we will gift them. My issue with the weapons, they've proven effective in battle, but the problem is
Mm.
that they need to be continually supplied. So,
Well,
and
that's
that
it,
does
they
not
do.
come up in dialogue in the negotiations. It's like, they're great,
Yep.
fine. You did a great job with the guy in the skirt, but you need to
Hmm.
continue to supply us with that ammunition. And so
You do.
we are at your mercy with that if you want
That's
us to
it.
completely switch
We're
over from
reliant on you.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. And it never
absolutely.
comes up.
We've got Randall Wong in here. I don't think we've met Randall before.
Hello,
Hello.
Randall Wong.
Hi,
They said
Randall.
Katano is a little too flowery and smiley. Yeah, that is a
Really?
He
suspicious
really
man.
That's
is.
very
Yeah, he is a little
suspicious.
bit. He has like a bit of a smirk every now and then. You're like, I don't
I've
trust this
got a lot
guy.
of issues with how easily he gets things done in this episode.
I also
Um,
think that Teal can smirk a lot too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very sus of Katano. Like he's all like just like, oh yeah, come join us, and then 5 seconds later, it's like, boom, we've got a new team of people.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
it's too perfect.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
this is a deliverer. My deliverer is
Mm.
coming,
I
and
would
it's
have
like,
really
wait a
loved
second.
if they dragged this out for ages and then betrayed me down the line.
Yeah,
You
they could
know,
have done a
I
whole
would have loved
season with
that.
this character, and I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
done
same.
the season five's Tanith with this.
Yeah.
It's like, 'cause at
Yeah.
Yes.
certain I mean, but had it been that long, I would have been like, oh, he was a Gould all along. Okay, so maybe it's like good that
Yeah.
it
I
was
don't
in
know.
one
It's
episode.
yeah.
Some of these Jaffa have hair product.
I'm
I
into
love
that.
the drop of the bags.
So do I. So do I.
That is
We're
so
about to
funny.
see we're about to see Obi.
There he
Yeah, I
is,
can see
right
him
there.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Background. Oh,
Ah,
beautiful man.
he's a
Aw.
tall guy. He's taller than
Very
taller than
tall.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Either that or he's wearing pumps, and I don't think he is.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Tech
I'm really
Mate.
sad.
Mate. Yeah, I know. Me too.
Mm.
I don't care. Stop
Okay.
translating. It just doesn't matter to me. Back at ya.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, his delivery.
So cute. It's so cute.
Oh, that's funny.
See, what I love about
He's out at the
Ragnar
grocery store.
is that he was naughty and then he turned around and ended up being like the goodest
Yep.
boy in the galaxy.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
like
He had his own
what,
arc.
what a turnaround. I love
Yeah,
him.
he finds his true purpose.
If Teal'c is
Um,
going to be changing the hearts and minds of these people, we have to have examples
Yes.
of him doing it. And Ragnar was
That's
the one.
exactly right. So, funnily enough, like these guns later become like key in the for the Jafar rebels. Even though,
Mhm.
Ragnar's basically saying that they're not his type of weapon. So they do use them effectively against the replicators, the Cull warriors, and
Mhm.
even at the Battle of Dakara.
Yep.
So
Yes, they do.
My problem with this is, how do you suss out the true allies from the liars and the double agents?
mm,
You know, how do you
you've just got to
prevent
take a risk, I
people
think,
from
when
doing what Ragnar did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
see,
as
she literally
spies.
just
Yeah.
said it. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. it is sort of interesting. Like, one fan on I think it was on Reddit, felt that Braytak was like unexpectedly out of character. Like usually he's the voice of like caution and restraint,
He's
but
always had
he
a
kind of
little bit of
throws all that
arrogance.
aside to follow
Yeah.
Katano, who's like basically like a new messiah.
Well,
Yeah.
also this is
Um,
like, his dream to see the Jafar free
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah.
That's
reunited
true.
like this. So it's like, oh, sorry, united. But yeah.
So you'll see that they've repurposed some of the Goa'ul's like helmets and stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
They've got like the symbols of Ra, Herawa, Apophis, Satesh.
Makes me think of when like the Ewoks got all the helmets of the stormtroopers when they were done killing them all.
Yes, yes, they use
Yeah,
them as
very much so.
drums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And you know
Uh,
that they were eating those stormtroopers.
Oh
I
yeah,
recently
yeah.
read
We'll just put
a
that
thing where it
aside.
was like, did the Ewoks eat humans? Most definitely, yes.
I mean, look, it's free
Yummy.
food, all right,
Yeah.
and they're like
Yummy.
bears, so
They were trying to eat Han and Luke.
yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
they were gonna spit roast them,
Yeah.
like
they really were.
100%.
Sorry, I'm gonna move on from that.
Oh, we're about to see someone else who's just passed
There's something
in the
very
I
last few
fascinating.
know,
years.
Kirby Morrow.
Kirby Morrow, right there.
Yeah, so he's in the dark shirt, so that's Tarak. So this actually marks his second appearance in SG1 after playing Militiaman in Korai. So Stargate fans might also recognize him from Atlantis because he was in 8 episodes as Captain Dave Kleinman.
Yep.
And he also had a brief role as a bridge officer in Universe. Beyond Stargate, he actually had quite a significant impact as a voice actor. He
Mhm.
voiced Cole and other characters in about 169 episodes of various Ninjago series, and he also portrayed, I think it's Morocco. I probably just butchered that, but it's in an English dub of the popular anime Inuyasha, and tragically, he actually lost his life in November 2020 at the age of 47, and
Yeah.
it was only 8 days after his father died.
Oh my
Oh God.
God. I did not know that.
Yeah. So there was a bit of sort of foreshadowing there, because like Katano kind of contradicts Braytak. So when Tilk fights Katano later, it's Katano's overcommitment that gets him killed.
Yeah.
And I believe Dan Shay had a hand in
Oh, I'm
choreographing
sure.
the fight scenes in this episode. And Rick Worthy actually mentioned that Dan had a great eye for this kind of action. Nice blocking.
Mm,
Mm.
Yeah, it's no biggie. It's got a
yeah.
symbiote. Okay, so this bit coming up when he calls him Stick Boy and he moves this away, it totally reminds me of Han Solo in Return of the Jedi, where he
Yeah.
asked that Ewok to point that weapon someplace
Someplace
else.
else. Yeah. It's just he's just pissed.
Yep.
I'm actually playing Star Wars Outlaws at the moment, the new game that Ubisoft released, and I take back every bad thing I said about that because the game slaps.
Really, really. I've
Yeah,
been
it's really
enjoying
good.
watching some of the bugs online. There's some
The
pretty funny
bugs have
ones.
not really been an issue
Yeah.
for me at all, so
I'm glad to
it's
hear it.
yeah, it's good.
I was going to say as well, I believe Rick Worthy mentioned in his Dial the Gate interview that this episode actually inspired him to try capoeira, which is what this martial arts is based on. But he said
It's a
he only lost
Filipino.
one class because it was really tough.
It's really tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand on that box, boy.
Urius Tosh said, I agree with these points. That's why it should have been a longer arc. Yeah, I'm glad people agree that he should have had a longer arc.
Randall Wong, ask your doctor if Tritonin is right for you.
We don't have those kinds of adverts in the UK.
Well, you're missing something very special.
No, we don't
I was
either,
gonna
really.
say, like your doctor recommends you stuff in this country, so
Ooh. They like doing that.
yeah.
They do.
This woman in the green dress on the side, that's a really nice dress. Did she buy that from like TK Maxx
Like
or something?
Jafar Chic.
Yeah. Lol.
Yeah.
What a line.
So, like, he's given SG1 credit for taking down a bunch of Goa'uld, but, like, he's not entirely accurate. So, SG1 did kill Ra, Hathor, and Satesh, but the others are, like, a lot more complicated. Like, they
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
actually kill Apophis the first time, they just let him die.
But it's nice flattery,
Um,
and he got them in sequence.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
As
But
long
yeah,
as
he
it's
might
really
need, like, a
big
bit of
number.
he might need a fact checker.
Well, it's that whole like, history is written by the people, who like survived. So they're the ones that survived the situations. They went back home, were like, yeah, we killed Apophis. He didn't die on his own.
Exactly.
Yep, we did it. Thank us. I always wondered why it took so
Yes,
long
I
for
love
Teal'c
this.
to adapt to P90.
Yeah.
What, Evie? You said this what?
I was just gonna say, I love the weapons demonstration scene.
Oh, for sure. I think Teal'c didn't generally carry a P90 because they wanted to continue to show that he was distinctive. So
Yeah.
he stands apart from them.
So, David, I think you and Rob Fournier discussed the tree scene
Yes.
coming up on Dial the Gate. Rob remembered it well because Amanda Tapping had asked for a P90 refresher course that day.
Yep.
And he explained that the P90's design, with its downward ejection and small rounds, made it perfect for the scene.
Yep.
And despite the bullet's high penetration rate, their small size prevented like visible damage to the tree. And Rob actually praised Amanda's perfect execution of single shots during filming. That's pretty badass.
I think I recall asking him what did he actually use to disintegrate the tree. And I don't remember getting a really good answer.
Yeah, I don't remember that bit either. Doesn't he mean die tree?
Die tree.
Die
Oh, the dad jokes. That's funny though.
I hate this.
The female.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love her sly smiles. Like she doesn't like.
No, she doesn't need to. Her work speaks for itself.
I love it. Yeah, I love it so much.
I love that
in the
Jack's
skirt.
like,
The skirt.
my girl can do it. I'm gonna get this guy to make it more difficult to show how talented
Exactly.
this member of my team / my
He's
boo
just got
is.
so much faith in her. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're standing awfully close to the target area.
Yeah.
They really are.
What do I said?
Yeah.
The health and safety just doesn't matter unless you're on Earth. Like they just don't care. Now I feel like the Jafar, like some of the sexism kind of comes out a bit and it annoys me, but I'm fully blaming him being a Gould and having like a very vile attitude towards women.
I mean, even Teal'c was like, "Woman, be silent."
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, well,
issue with
that's
Teal'c.
true.
Don't get me
Yeah, that's
started. Don't get
true.
me started on that one again. I love Teal'c so much, but yeah,
So-
that was
So
hard for me.
coming
That
up,
is so cool. I love that.
it is really cool.
Smile.
So coming up when Jack is talking about the P90, as he calls it a weapon of war, he accidentally points it at Amanda Tapping, and you can actually see her visibly flinch. Yeah, there. Her
Oh
eyes
wow!
flood. Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to aim it at other people,
No.
are you?
No, of course not.
It was kind of like not fully aimed at her. It was kind of like it like toward her, but a bit off. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
It'd
directly
just be
at her,
it'd just be
but still.
an automatic reaction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's very realistic, and you know who you are. There we go.
God,
Yeah.
you can just see the Gould in him, just like seething, just being like, ugh.
Exactly.
I've got to
So,
listen to a woman. I've got to talk to these pesky humans.
Yeah, they like doing
So
that.
I didn't do my introduction to Rick Worthy before. So as we mentioned, I think at the start of the show or before the show, he played Simon the Cylon in Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
And he also had multiple Star Trek roles.
Yes,
He
Automated
played
Personnel
5
Unit
different characters
3947 was
across,
my favorite.
14 episodes, I think.
Yep.
And more recently,
Insurrection.
Oh, okay.
And he was in Supernatural.
More
Yes.
recently, he was Dean Fogg in The Magicians for 41 episodes, and he also appeared in the Gossip Girl revival.
Ah.
On a personal note,
I didn't watch that. I
I
love Gossip Girl.
first saw him in While You Were Sleeping. He has like a scene with Sandra Bullock. He's like a hospital orderly,
Amazing.
and that kind of stuck with me. That was like his third or fourth role ever.
Yep. I really do love Rick Worthy. He just has such a good voice.
Oh, the
Yep.
charisma. Yep.
He's got one of those voices, like again, I've said this before. I want Audible, like call this man, get him to
Please,
do some
yes.
books.
Yeah.
Audio
Or a
books would
phone
be
book.
amazing.
Or a phone
Yeah,
book, yes.
anything.
To those of you who are
really. He
young
could
people,
read
it was
me
a book with
anything.
phone numbers in it. So
I used a phone book once to find my friend because I was going to see her, but I forgot where her house was.
once.
So I had to do that. Hey, look,
Once,
I
not
used
for
it.
years.
I used it in 2004, okay?
This is a great argument here. Change our ways to suit yours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of issues and like boundaries with like merging cultures and being friends with other people.
Yeah.
And I find that this is a very interesting way to look at it in the show. Because
Mm.
obviously it's like, these people are all fighting for the same thing, but when you come from different cultures, it's gonna be beef.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just mentioned Nirti as a system lord, and she lost her status a while back, so it kind of sounds like he's working on some outdated information.
That's entirely possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was just a slip up.
Maybe.
Which is why I don't say much. Spoils are good. Well, if they're
We like
arming
spoils.
them,
Yeah.
then 10-15% is adequate, I would think. You require several hours of sleep.
Dan Ben said, I know Gossip Girl is some American show, never seen it. Blake Lively was in it. That's like how she got real big.
She's in the original, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, not the
they've
new
done
one.
like a revival, and that's
He
what
was
he's
the revival
in.
got cancelled after 2 seasons, but he's in
Yeah.
the revival, which I didn't see because the original was better.
Urias Tosh, Chris Judge invited some guys from his gem for this one. Is that true?
He should, if he didn't,
I know about that.
Wouldn't surprise me
out.
if that's
It's
true.
entirely possible, yeah.
World Rally Family.
Another new
Absolutely
person.
seething.
Katano.
Katana.
Yeah.
Hello, World Rally Family.
Hello, hello. We Died said that he was the alpha vampire in Supernatural. He was.
Interesting.
Rick Worthy got around. Good for
Yeah,
him.
he's done quite a few big shows.
Yeah.
So
now
I know
Ragnar is thanking Teal'c again.
Yeah. So I know David doesn't have the sound on, but in a minute when Katano enters, you can actually hear like the sound of the wind, which I think is like a really cool touch because it's like he's bringing the winds of change.
Oh, I
Like,
can hear that. I can hear it. Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
That tickled my ear.
Yeah. I also wanted to mention Katano's footwear. So apparently Rick Worthy was very particular about his character's shoes, and he wanted footwear that would let him walk with confidence, dignity, and power, but also be able to whip some ass, which is a direct quote.
Beautiful direct quote. Oh, he said what? I don't know why.
I
I love
know,
when
it's
people do the
gorgeous.
what. You know,
What?
like
Hammond
what?
says that a lot too, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And I don't think
love it.
I don't think he's wrong. You know,
No.
we welcome allies, but
Yeah.
we do some things differently.
Yeah.
So you can
I think
either
it's all
get
about
on
respecting each other's differences.
Right.
You know?
And like I guess cultures to a certain respect as well.
Yeah.
I do
you
think that
woman, you.
sometimes. I do think sometimes with the with SG1 they do, especially Jack will go into a culture and just be like, wow, this is rough.
Yeah.
I'm like, chill, bro, chill. You know, like this is not your culture.
Mm.
So we've got another person, Marco Maldini. Hello.
Says
Who are these
hello.
people?
These are new people.
Hi.
Hello, new people.
Hello.
And World Rally Family, David loved the show. Watch all the episodes. Thank you very much. Please continue.
Aw.
Proceed.
Yeah, and welcome Randall Wong as well. Thank you so much for coming.
We
and
do
everyone
have
else, thank you for coming
people
back.
who just lurk, and it's nice to see them every now and then.
Yeah.
And
lurk away.
also
I love
the new
lurking.
people.
Yes.
Sleeping with candles lit. It's real safe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that they haven't separated them like they did in like Emancipation, where Sam was like in a tent on her own, which doesn't seem very safe.
What does she call it? A yuck that smells like rancid yak
Yeah,
butter.
right.
butter.
Yeah.
That actually looked to be a composite of a cargo ship and the great big pyramid from the Giant Aliens episode.
The giant aliens.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Actually, speaking of...
Crystal
sorry.
Skull. Go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of sets, I think, didn't you say on Dial the Gate that you sold some of the like the diagrams or something of the set on PropWorks for this episode? The
For that,
tents.
yes, we did.
That's cool.
And oh, he flipped over. A a photo spread of the the Jaffa encampment.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Look
here
at
we
this
go.
guy.
This is like it's either
So
arrogance
dramatic.
or like
It's Gould
yeah,
No,
drama.
stupid.
It's
Stupid.
Gould
Yeah.
drama, you know? It's what they do.
Yeah,
You gotta
I said,
do
this
something
is hard time
outlandish to be-
buying.
yeah.
You know, if they were like, you're coming in. All of those guys would be like, I am taking that MFer down. Look at
This
that
is
arrogance.
the moment where I was like, nah.
Really?
Nah,
Really?
yeah.
Also, guys, there's a bit of a goof coming up, so keep an eye on this guy's staff weapon. So it jumps from Kitano's chest to further away and then back again between shots. So it like touches
hello.
it,
Yeah.
and then a second ago it's further away, and then it switches back to touching it. So I guess it looks like the editors had
Yeah.
their work cut out for them.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
Is it just me, or these scenes kind of have a different color? Like, I don't know whether it was because of the time of day that they were
Watcher
filmed,
has
or
literally
if
said the
they've
color is
put-
great. It looks like they're on
Yeah.
a different planet when they're probably 20 feet
Yeah.
away from the Jafar camp.
Exactly right. Yep.
So I think they
Color
put a
grading
filter
does
on
a
it
lot of
in
it.
order
Uh-huh.
to change the color to make it look like a different world.
Mm.
So yeah, you're basically right. Pointing that out.
There
But
we go. It's all
everyone's
bright
yaying,
again.
wooing.
Yep. They're the woo people.
God, look at these like kilt wearing men, you know? Like
Oh, that one's very short.
yeah, it is very short.
It's very Scottish.
But
Yeah.
he has nice legs, so he can pull it off.
I once paid my friend £10 when we were doing something called a sponsored walk at school, where we take a day to walk around and like do a long walk, and that's the day at school for like 6 hours. And I had a friend who was wearing a kilt, and I was like, I'll pay you 10 quid to do this whole sponsored walk in this cold with no shirt. And I don't think he was wearing underwear underneath either, so I was like,
gosh.
Oh my
adding to the
God.
cold.
Yeah.
So-
No. Too much.
Well,
Too much contact.
You're not
there.
supposed to wear underwear traditionally with kilts anyway.
Yeah, but
So-
who says he's traditional?
think it's
He's
wearer's
doing you a
choice.
favor. Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him about the underwear off. I said just the shirt. He just happened to not be wearing underwear either. So it was like, the
Well,
whole
that's on
combination.
him.
Your
That
boys
is on
need a
him.
house.
Yes, they do.
You got 10
so I
quid
think
out of it,
this,
though,
Thomas
so-
could walk on water.
I think this scene coming up, according to Rick Worthy, this was the first scene that they shot. So June filming, he said that he caught Christopher Judge subtly approving his performance with a brief head nod, and you can actually see it in this. And afterwards, Chris told Rick he'd done a good job. And I think he said that Chris was very welcoming and respectful during filming.
Mhm.
No, I like that. I think he's telling like the guy he's working with for like 5 years, oh, you've done a good job. I like that.
Yeah. I think he gave him his phone number as well, like pretty early on in filming,
Yeah, I
which
wouldn't
is
be
really
surprised
sweet.
if you have
You
any
can see because you can
questions.
see him nodding there. You can see him
Yeah.
like nodding and smiling.
Well, it works with the scene. you know?
Exactly. That's what Rick Worthy said.
But if they fail.
Yeah, if their cause was just, they'll succeed. It doesn't quite work.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah, this is the little megalomaniacal
I just realized what you
cart
said.
coming
I was
out.
like, "What are you talking about?" With her telling, like, with you saying him telling Rick he did a good job. I was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Oh, you mean Rick Worthy, not Richard Dean Anderson?"
Right.
Yeah, that's
Also
why I've
Rick.
been calling
Yes.
him
My
by his full
brain
name.
got so
Yeah, that's why I've been
confused.
calling him
Right.
Rick Worthy. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. I was like, "What?" Good. I was like, that was weird. That's why I laughed. I was like, but no, it's nice. So isn't this like oh god, this is actually mental what they do here.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Suicide
when they send
Yeah,
Teal
exactly.
to go do it, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't he go to you?
Yes.
Nirti, I think, is
Lord
the
Yu,
first
yeah.
target, and then
Yeah.
Then
you.
you.
So
Just another reason why Yu's the best, because he sends Teal'c back instead
yeah,
of killing
he
him.
does. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the scene Rick Worthy did as his audition. So he said that during the audition, even though Kitano's standing, the casting director actually asked him to do it sitting down. And they asked him that he like sort of needed to put a lot more power into his voice, and he took that as a cue to kind of balance intimacy and authority.
Mm.
Weapons grade Naquita.
But considering that this episode was filmed around 9/11, this is tough that they're
This
doing
is
suicide
poor
bombers.
timing
That
on
is
that
tough.
part. Yeah.
I think it's the a part. Yeah, it's. I think it
Unfortunate
just does the
timing.
job even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is before the Iraq War started.
Speaking of
So.
like 9/11, Battlestar Galactica was like a big reason why it came together was because of 9/11. Another thing that Rick Worthy was in. So yeah.
Yeah. This is like off topic, but you can see the hairs on RDA's ear. They're quite long. On his
Get an ear
earlobe.
trimmer, darling. Marco Maldini said a huge thought to Andy Nadefo. Yeah, we've been like mourning him all night. It's pretty frustrating and sad. Oof. Oh, he's so handsome.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Braytac.
Love it.
Yeah, I love that. What? It's quite grand.
It is very grand. When somebody starts
Yeah.
whenning, hooing, well, hooing works anyway. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
It's for some reason it just makes me think of like someone's grander and bigger. It adds. Oof. What really frustrates me is
he's really
Teal'c's
torn.
blind acceptance.
Yeah, he's just really torn because he wants
This is
this
his dream.
this
He has been
rebellion
working
to go
for this
well,
for
and he
5
has been
years.
exactly,
And here
it's
it's
kind of
happening.
finally coming into fruition.
That's right. You
Also,
cannot just let it go.
is he using like a Jafar knife as a pointer? Like,
Yep.
it's kind of like an interesting choice, but like, I guess I couldn't find a laser pointer at like a Jafar supply store.
Nope.
Just
Nope. They're
Got to
all
use
out.
what you have.
That's it.
be grateful he's not using that weird torture stick that they use, and he's like sparking.
I don't know.
up
This
paper.
is kind of almost as bad because it's like for the symbiote, isn't it? This is what they stab them with.
I think it's a very similar one. The symbiote one is shorter and wider, I believe, but I don't know. It looks like it, but it looks
looks like it because it's
smaller.
like two-pronged.
Maybe that's just the vibe of all their knives.
Yeah, maybe.
A little early, Braytac. Give it 3 more years and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You need the help of some bugs.
Ah. I actually can't believe I think this whole thing makes me angry at Teal'c because of the level of just stupidity, because they know that the previous guy was going on a suicide run. So sending Teal'c on the next one where he's going to get got by you, and he knows that this guy just like sends everyone on a suicide run, it's mental to me. Absolutely mental. I can't deal
But he has
with
to
it.
see it for himself.
I know.
It's a good thing you pick you because
Well, that's it.
This is why I love you.
Yeah.
He's a little
You
bit
is
softer.
the goodest boy in the galaxy.
I love you too, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think that he's always the sensible one, ironically. He's the only one that opposes Anubis. He's the only one that that actually like listens to reason, and instead of just going in guns blazing, he tends to be let's wait, let's analyze this a little bit.
Yeah.
I know he's a bit old and losing it because of the sarcophagus, but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ugh.
So,
Katano.
Rick Worthy had like an interesting take on like Katano's cape thing that he's wearing. So, he kind of saw it as more of a like an extension of his character rather than just a prop.
Godliness. Yeah.
So, Rick Worthy, that is, said he used it deliberately to kind of punctuate Katano's words and actions, particularly in this scene. because he's like kind of like pulling on it quite tight, and then when he turns around, it's sort of more like loosely flowing.
Mm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
look at
just
it.
a
Look at
different
it
master.
flowing.
That's all the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the thing that's really frustrating is that, and this is why when they have the Free Jafar Nation in season 9, and they actually have, they're trying to have the whole diplomacy thing and having lots of different people on a council is good. But then they get like Garrick, and he's kind of a knob.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah, Garrick.
And I guess the distinction also is that the Goa'uld are dead. There is no one to commit suicide against.
Yes,
So
that's true.
there is a factor there.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's kind of out of your control though, buddy. You're going into a situation you don't know anything about.
I mean, he does it every day for SG1, I guess, because a lot of the time they go in
But he's
blind
got
and stuff. But
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
My second in command. That sounds like First Prime, Imhotep. You suspicious man.
All those guys
Glorious,
are about to die.
beautiful.
I love that
man.
everyone just fights over having Teal'c as their first prime. They just love him so much. Like, oh.
Well, he makes him look good.
Yeah.
So, let's be honest.
It's like having a really good trophy, you know, which is really sad because everyone just wants Teal'c as their trophy guard. That's the one thing I really liked about the Continuum film, actually, the fact that Baal, like in his manipulation of time, gets Teal'c.
Yes.
I sat there and I was like, he's gonna do it. Like when I was a kid, I watched it and I went, oh, he's gonna have him, and he did. And I was like, that's terrible, but like convenient for him.
Great cameo here.
I love
it. Really
you.
is. Yeah, it is good.
I wonder if they shot this at the same time that.
The
Daniel
previous episode.
There's the new Lotar back there.
There's the new Daniel. Yeah.
Yes. So there was an interesting discussion on Reddit about Yu's motives for releasing Teal'c. And Nicole kind of touched on this a second ago. So many fans thought it wasn't a strategic move, but rather the actions of a Goa'uld like slowly losing his battle with dementia. But another person suggested a different take. They proposed that Yu's decision was very calculated, and by revealing Kitano as a Goa'uld, Yu could like demoralize the rebellion and create distrust amongst its members.
Yeah.
I saw this as a combination, you know, like Yu knows, you know, the SGC and Earth and Teal'c.
Yeah.
He knows what these people are about. And he wants Kitano off. Like he's sick of this guy.
But he
like,
also
he's going to start causing problems. So.
That's exactly. But the surprising thing is he doesn't plug the Stargate. He allows them to leave. You know, so he doesn't get a busy signal.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
I don't
think Yu is a monster. I think that he just wants to stay in his corner of the galaxy and just live his life.
Be alone. Well,
maybe,
yeah.
To a degree.
The Chinese play the long game.
Yes.
I just really like the way that they did this. I think that Yu will forever be my favorite Goa'uld in terms of just likability.
I can understand.
Like, I respect his decision.
You kind of love to hate Baal as well, but
I'll always have a special place in my heart for Baal.
Yeah,
Yu is something special. Yeah,
he is. Yeah,
can't talk, gotta run.
Yeah, honestly, it was quite weird.
Gotta kill.
Where he just pops through and just goes.
Follow me. Thanks for the update.
He didn't expect him to come back, and it's like, mate,
no.
Like Imhotep doesn't realize how deep in like they are with you, and like how
yeah. So his intel is like way off, like I said before.
There you go.
So they do something quite special with this fight scene. So I believe they use like circular track and shooting at a higher frame rate to capture all the action.
Yeah,
sort of very
inspired by the Matrix.
Inspired. Yeah.
Why don't we fight this out once we get to the other planet after everyone is safe? But no, we got to do it now.
Exactly. We've got to do it right now, here and now.
Jomar Sekou. We should add that to the trivia.
I'm sure I've used it at some point. Maybe not.
I definitely would have forgotten. I will definitely forget if it comes up again. So
I was going to say, I won't remember.
No. Oh.
Does kind of look like they're yeah, it looks like they're fighting with those like giant wooden novelty spoons that you see in like people's kitchens in like the 70s.
Cool shot. So
It is very cool.
Rick Worthy was a practicer of Taekwondo at this point.
Yes.
And so he was, most of this stuff is him.
That's
Brilliant.
so cool.
Ooh, Chauvin.
So there's a bit of a goof coming up. You'll notice Tilk on the ground next to his broken staff, but that's actually before it gets broken in the fight. So see, it's it's
yes, there it
broken,
is,
but then when he
yeah.
gets up, it's fully healed again.
They just use the latest
So
shot.
basically,
Yeah.
the Stargate staff should have noticed that the staff snapped before the staff snapped.
Evie.
Ah.
Evie, it's too early in the morning for you to
I
be
know,
putting that
and I
stuff
think
into
I
the
actually
world.
messed that up. So
Oh, I see the shots now. Very good. Yeah. You do the best that you can in the edit. Yeah, I don't think so, Tim.
yeah.
I feel really bad that like Teal'c always ends up in a situation with like
Here we go.
bad Jafar. What? Oh,
And Bad Gold.
awesome. But he always ends up like in this situation where he's like covered in blood and getting all stabby. You know,
Yeah.
Season 10 it comes
So-
to mind.
David, I think you made a really interesting point on
Me?
Bar the Gate about Katano's downfall. You said he was basically peacocking so much that it became his weakness.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the Goa'uld ego kind of got the better of him, and
Yeah.
Tilk was able to overcome him quite easily.
Yeah.
Where did he stab him?
He just stabbed him right in
No,
the
but where?
right in the Goa'uld. Oh, actually, no,
That's
he
not-
doesn't have a
No, that would
pouch.
be in the- that would be in
Exactly,
the
that's what
neck.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't do it like properly in the pouch because
He doesn't have a
yeah.
pouch.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Teal'c would have aimed for the chest, knowing that it wasn't the pouch. Yeah, I remember that detail. Exactly. Boom.
So so Ragnar heard the voice then. Otherwise, it's like, why would he bother to check?
Mm,
Or he saw the glowing eyes. So-
yeah.
Now can we leave?
It is a really cool idea that a Gould was like, hey, you know what? I can double down on this, get some power using these lower people.
Mm-hmm.
Marco Maldini said, thank you for the show. I'll leave you there 10:50 p.m. in France. See you soon. That's okay. We'll be starting an hour sooner when fall/winter rolls around.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Leave your rating. 1 is awful. 7 is amazing.
Yeah, 1
Yeah,
through 7.
and
we
we,
do things by 7 chevrons, no halvesies. So,
Yes, and we
halvesies.
look forward to seeing you again soon, hopefully.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got some bombs. That is gasoline blowing up.
Does the trick.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess we'll all go that way. That's fine.
Yep.
Guys,
I think you
dial
like letting
Stargate
them off pretty
first.
easy.
Yeah, I think so too. He's just destroying the camp.
Yeah, he is.
So, yeah.
I just love Lord Yu. He's a good guy.
As he blows them up. He's such a good guy.
Good guy. Good guy. But you know what?
They'll be
It's
able
like
to
the
put in a
lesser
claim.
of all evils.
Yeah.
Is Ragnar carrying a child? What
Probably,
a guy.
yeah.
What a damn hero.
I love
him so much.
shots like that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
The spenny shots.
So I like this kind of like, it's not really an apology, but kind of it's Braytek's way of saying,
Yep.
sorry, I didn't do a pouch inspection before recommending this guy.
No, that's a really easy security protocol to implement.
It really is. Show us your
Yeah.
stomach. So, some Redditors had some interesting takes on this episode. One pointed out that it tackled themes of fanaticism and ends justifies the means, though Imhotep was a kind of being a Goa'uld sort of weakened that message. And another suggested that Imhotep might have been playing the long game and manipulating the Jafar rebellion to maintain power, even as he foresaw the Goa'uld's downfall. And a third view was that the episode really hammered home the Jafar's importance, showing that they were the Goa'uld's true military strength.
Yep.
And I wanted to add as well that I believe Rick Worthy was actually a big fan of Stargate before he starred in this episode, and he said it was one of his top 5 jobs of all time.
I'm not
Aw.
surprised.
Yeah.
One bit. Yeah. When he tears up when he talks about the character, you know there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in touch with
The character
Rick
represents
since, and he's just a great
so
guy.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was The Warrior.